Hello, I'm Paul O'Brien from Modeco.com, and what we have here is the HTC Touch HD2, and what I'm going to do is give you a quick tour of an extensive tour hopefully, of the device. This is HTC's first foray into Snapdragon based devices. It's the first Windows mobile device with a capacitive touchscreen, and it's the first device with a 4.3 inch touchscreen on Windows Mobile, I believe. I've got it here with the Samsung Omnia 2, which is also Windows Mobile 6.5 and probably one of its competitors. As you can see, it's kind of a little bit bigger, particularly wider. Let me turn that off so we don't end up accidentally pressing the buttons. Yeah. That's why it's locked. So it is a little bit wider. Thickness wise, the HD2 is exceptionally thin at 11mm, which in some ways kind of mitigates the size of the device as a whole. First things first, I'll give you a tour of the device in a minute. You'll notice that in a moment that on the back there is a camera which sticks out a bit, and that means that the phone doesn't sit flat on a flat surface, which is a little bit annoying, and I know some people, myself included, will find that a little bit annoying. Okay, let's go around the device. You've got that screen there on the front, as I say, 4.3 inch WVGA capacitive touchscreen. Down the bottom we have the send and end buttons. The end button is also the power button. There are a home button, a Windows button, and a back button, which is kind of a back OK button. On the bottom we have a 3.5mm jack, a micro USB plug, and a microphone. The first HTC device using micro USB, which is supposed to be the new standard, of course. We've got the volume controls on the left hand side. On the top we've got nothing. On that side we've got nothing. No dedicated camera button, unfortunately. And we've got the speaker, and that's notification LEDs as well up there. On the back we have the 5-megapixel camera with the dual LED flash there, HTC and HTC Sense branding. The battery cover comes off by pulling this little tab on the left hand side like so. It's actually metal, as you can hear. There's the battery there. I'm not sure off the top of my head of the milliamp hour rating. SIM slot in there. Micro SD just in there, and that clips on quite firmly, no movement in that at all. Okay, so if we hit the power button on the device, I'm hoping that this won't be too reflective to see properly. Okay, we've got the standard Windows Mobile 6.5 lock screen. Okay, if I just slide that over, you'll see we get TouchFlow 3D, aka Sense UI as it is known now. And just to give you an idea of the screen, let's see if I can wake up my Omnia 2. Bear with me 1 second. That's locked as well. Okay. Fortunately, it's that time of year where there's the low sun, and it makes it difficult to record these kind of things. There we go. The OLED screen, the OLED screen on the Omnia 2 is a lot brighter. There's no doubting that, but they're kind of exaggerated colours on these devices. It's a little bit strange. Hard to say which screen I like best. Obviously, the HD2 is a lot bigger, but yeah, brightness wise, the OLED screens always win out. Okay, I'm going to just disconnect for one moment, see if I can get a little bit of a less reflective positioning for the video, and I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so here we have the main screen of the device, which is the TouchFlow 3D renamed to HTC Sense screen. We have the notifications up the top here, as you can see, as we used to, and as you can see, when we tap that we get the HTC custom notification thingamabob, showing battery, Wi-Fi status, notifications, all that kind of thing. We've got the flip clock there that you just saw flipping over. We've got weather reports, usually. Strangely, it doesn't seem to be showing the weather this time, it just says my location. It's not actually showing any weather. Maybe that will start working in a moment. We've got the calendar here, that would show any calendar events that are up and coming, and you can set the alarm here as well. There you go, alarm clock. That takes you into world clock, and you can kind of get to the alarms on the other tab there as well. These three panels here are basically custom shortcuts, so you can link them to programs, contents, or contacts or bookmarks. If I select program, you can see the various bits and pieces installed there, so I could link that to HTC Peak, for example. There we go, that appears there. If you wanted more contacts, you can swipe that upwards and you can see that you've got a further 6 in there. The left hand soft key defaults to phone, as you can see, which takes you into the dialer, and that menu button brings up a number of options. You can change your wallpaper, personalise which tabs are on there in which order, remove quick links, set time, weather, all that kind of stuff. Let's have a quick look at the weather settings. Download every hour, yeah, that's okay. You can also go weather demo, and that gives you a demo of the different animations that kind of go on in the background. Sunny, showers, mostly cloudy with snow, bizarre, intermittent clouds, windy, partly cloudy with thunderstorms, cold, thunderstorms. There you go, they're the 8 demo ones, and when you've got a weather forecast, generally they would be going on in the background here. I'm not sure why that's not working, it's quite strange. Okay, so let's go through the other tabs on Sense. In here you have people, and you can add favourite people in there, and it will give you there. Let's add someone. I'm not sure if we can do this without giving people's phone numbers away, so I probably won't do that. Okay, in here, messages is where your text messages would appear. You can actually compose from here directly within the custom UI. You can put your pictures and things on to turn it into an MMS there. Save as draft, insert quick text, and that kind of thing. Okay, and when your messages do appear in here, you can kind of do the flicking action to flick up and down through the messages. Hit that button to take you straight to the standard Pocket Outlook view. Oh, actually no, it doesn't. It takes you to the custom HTC view. On email, there you go, your email appears there. If you have multiple email accounts, they appear along here. Standard kind of touch flow 3D stuff, I guess. You can compose from there as well. Click that to take you to the message. Click inbox to take you to your inbox, like so. That's the proper Outlook, standard Pocket Outlook interface. Probably should have been going through just showing you what the other soft keys did. That takes you to all people view. Under menu there, you can add and remove your favourites. In here, menu button, compose new messages, not much in there. Menu here, you can manage your account settings and do a send receive as well. Okay, this is the internet panel. You can do a Google search straight from there, launch straight into Opera. Opera and Internet Explorer are actually installed on the HD2, probably because HTC wasn't allowed to remove Opera. You can put your favourites in here. There we go, so we've got our BBC News there, and that comes up there, so you've got a nice quick launch of favourites of your choice. You'll remember they could be added to the first screen as well, so that's a couple of places they can go in there. And remove favourites under there. Calendar, so this is a nice straightforward view of the calendar. There you go. You can view various different views there. Go to today. Stocks. There you go, that's stock quotes. You can left button updates. You can add, delete, rearrange all your stocks in there. Let's just go into one. Let's see how HTC are doing. Oops, missed. I'm touching the screen incredibly lightly. It's an extremely responsive screen. Tap here to update data. I wonder if that graph gets a graph, I guess. There we go. HTC over 1 day. See how they've been doing over 6 months. You have different time periods there. Okay. Update now in there as well. This tab is for photos and videos, and you can click to take a photo or video straight away. And you can just flick through the images like so. There are stock images there. Okay, you can go straight to albums. You can view them in a slideshow using the soft keys. Music tab lets you play music straight from the Sense UI, like so. Hit that button to go to the library. There you go, and you've got different views in there: artists, albums, playlists, everything, genres, composers, and purchase music. That button takes us back to now playing, as with that one. And there you go, you can shop music store from there, update album art, access the audio booster, which we'll see a little bit later on. I'm interested to know where that will take us. Would you like to open a music store? Yes, we would. I imagine that's going to fire up the browser. Yes, indeed. And that's fired up the Amazon Music Store. So we don't really want to do that right now. Weather. Do we agree to use Google's location service to update our location? Yes, we do. That's probably why it wasn't showing on the home screen earlier, because we hadn't gone through that yet. I probably skipped through the initial setup wizard where you would normally agree to that. You can manage your locations and switch between Fahrenheit and Celsius in there and force a manual update as well. There you go, it's partly sunny and you can see how cool the animation is going over there. If we go back to home now, they're not in the background, let's just... Bizarre, we're not getting our weather animations. I'm not sure what the trigger is there that we're not doing to set that off, but there you go. And you can see you've got a 5-day forecast there. Twitter, which is a tab for the HTC Peep stuff, which is the built-in Twitter client. You can follow me at Paul O'Brien on Twitter. You can view all tweets, and you can hit that button to update, refresh, compose a new tweet, new message, direct message, update your location, view your profile, search, all that kind of stuff. You can kind of tap there to update straight away. There you go. And you can insert pictures, location, things like that. There you go. HTC footprints, which I've not, I have to confess, I've not really used in anger. New edit, delete. And the settings tab. Whole bunch of settings in here. We'll go through those in a moment when we go into the start menu. Okay, and that's kind of the Sense UI from the home screen. Haven't really gone into the people-centric communication, which is where you can view the different communication types from different people, and we haven't really gone into the people view. Let's just go through the start menu. You've got a settings menu, which we'll come back to in a minute. We've got phone, which is the same view you get from there, and you can get by hitting the dialer. You can make the dialer appear and reappear. I'm ignoring loads of phone numbers here, which I shouldn't be. Whoops. Might have to do a bit of video editing for that, so hopefully you'll see that blurred out on the video. All people. There you go, favourite people, groups, updates and events, which is linked into Facebook. There you go, it's giving me the option to link a profile. Is that person that person? Yes. Done. Call history, as you can see, been very busy on the phone this morning. Okay. Speed dials and things you can set up in there. Oh, there we go, we've got our whole weather effect going on now. HTC Messages is the text messaging client that we saw earlier. Compose message, and there we go. Right, we're talking now actually briefly about the input methods. You can see there is the QWERTY keyboard with prediction. If we just tap there, you can see the 20 key compact QWERTY has made a return, which is good to see. And my personal favourite, which is the phone keypad, the 12 key is there as well. No D-pad on this device, of course, so you've got these buttons across the bottom to navigate you around. A lot of this will be familiar to people who've got existing HTC devices, but it's best covered anyway. Let's discard that. Go back. Okay, so email view went into before. You can have multiple email accounts, of course. Outlook email, which I've got synced to Gmail. You can swipe left and right to switch between accounts as usual. Worth talking about multi-touch probably at this point. If I do that, you'll see we get the magnifier down the bottom, and I can kind of scroll around and click to enter. When I'm actually in a message, let's see, about 2 for £7 Christmas tins, I can change the font size by doing the pinch zoom effect. So that's quite cool, and it remembers that, of course, when I can then go back into another message. And junk mail there. That's a HTML mail, I guess. Lovely. Okay, when I go back into a message, you can see that it's remembered the text size. I can hit that button there and search for them in my directory or in my contacts, which, funny enough, Asda groceries are not. Nothing kind of out of the ordinary or new there particularly. If you've not had 6.5 before or a recent HTC device, you'll notice that you've got the big finger friendly menus, which are particularly finger friendly on a 4.3 inch screen. You've got this option here for selecting multiple messages, which is quite useful, and then you can delete or do whatever you want to do with those. People, I think we covered. Right, let's just have a look. Yeah, that's kind of what we talked about already. Oops. Internet Explorer is a funny one. This is Internet Explorer Mobile 6, the revamped version for Windows Mobile 6.5. It's alright, it's kind of does the job. It's got no multi-touch zooming, so generally if you've got a HD2, my Android phone going mad there, if you've got a HD2, I suspect you're not really going to use this browser a lot because you have Opera on here. So let's just let that load up. Come on, you can do it. Supports device rotation, so if you kind of spin the device around, you can view it in landscape. And there you go, you've got the BBC website, and you can double click to zoom in. Double click to zoom out again. As I say, no multi-touch goodness there, so you'll probably use Opera over this most of the time. Goodbye. HTC calendar we've seen already. That's the same as the calendar that you access in the Sense UI. Music 2, it's the same. It takes you straight to the music tab, in fact, as does the calendar link. Albums, so these are your camera shots. If we open up a picture, you can see that we can zoom in using the multi-touch. The multi-touch that's enabled, of course, by this being a capacitive screen. Set as contact icons, save screen image, delete, set as footprints. You can share as well there by mail, message, Facebook. Interestingly, no option to share via Peep. Back. YouTube. Let's see today's most viewed. Let's have a look at Ken Block hooning around in his crazy Subaru. It's pretty awesome and very smooth. I'm not going to rotate the device around because I'll have to line it up again and it's all wobbly. There's a bit of stuttering there, but the pitch quality is very good. What else have we got in there?
In a Moscow warehouse, an out-of-control forklift driver has given a new meaning to drink driving. He lost control of his vehicle and slammed into stock shelves holding thousands of bottles of cognac and vodka. The chain reaction soon left him very much under the influence of drink. The accident will leave the alcohol retailer with a nasty financial hangover, and it's estimated over $100,000 worth of stock was downed. Luckily, no one was seriously hurt, and the driver got away with a minor leg injury.
There we go. So, interesting. So, when you set the device up initially, you actually set your YouTube credentials in. So that allows you to upload to YouTube directly from the device, from the camcorder. There you go, you can bookmark in YouTube. This is kind of the standard YouTube app. Video playback quality or select. Okay, and so that's the YouTube application. Let's see what else we've got. I won't go into footprints purely because I've not really used it and don't know a huge amount about it. Camera and camcorder we can come back to in a minute. Actually, let's open that up. So you've got flash, can be in auto or off or on. You've got all sorts of settings here. You've got touch focus. You've got white balance, choice of storage, brightness, ISO levels, set the resolution, review duration, keep backlight on, yes, JPEG quality, timestamp, contrast, saturation and sharpness you can change in there, turn the shutter sound on and off, flicker adjustment, enable disable grid. I don't see there is geotagging, which I thought you could do. It's a bit strange. Okay, I'll post some camera samples on Modico for you to have a look at. So that's 5 megapixel camera, of course. Camcorder, which records up to VGA video. Again, you can have the light, the flash set to auto or on. You do an initial focus and then that remains for the rest of your video. Quick look at settings: white balance, brightness, choose where you're storing it. There you go, VGA. So that's the highest quality we can record. Done. Record audio, various effects. There's probably all the interesting stuff in there. Okay, multimedia folder. So we've got pictures and videos, which is a standard Windows mobile application. Windows Media, which is the standard Windows mobile application. We have Audio Booster, which I can't do without a headset. We'll come back to that in a minute. I'll grab a headset. We have MP3 Trimmer, which is HTC's MP3 trimming application for making ringtones and things. That's been on a few devices now. We have the FM radio. Again, I'll need to plug in a headset to show you that. Streaming media player. Okay, put your URL in there and you can use that. Okay, we have games. We've got Teeter in there, which is the game where you kind of roll the ball into the holes based on the G sensor. Again, as I'm not kind of waving the device around, I won't show you that right now, but we'll come back to that later on. Windows Mobile Marketplace, Windows Marketplace for mobile. Downloads and installs the first time you run it. I'm running on Wi-Fi here. All this would be extremely. Oh, I think it's already installed. How bizarre. All this would be extremely painful on GPRS. No 3G around where I live, unfortunately. Accept the privacy policy. Yes. Every time you run the marketplace, it actually checks for a newer version. You can see the showcase apps in here. Twikini 69p. Facebook is pre-installed. £5 for Pac-Man. Bing. Midomi, Shozu. Most popular. My phone, Windows Live and Bing are already installed on this device. Shazam Trial, which is a shame because Shazam is actually free on other platforms. Microsoft Tag. There's a few cool apps in there, but it's a little bit limited at the moment. You'll notice the pricing varies wildly between 69p there for an app, £10 for an app there, SPB Wallet £13, SPB Radio just under a tenner, Konoma Play £18.69. Yes, quite varied, but you know, having an application store on Windows Mobile at last is got to be good. Alongside Marketplace, we have My Phone. So this is the online backup service for Windows Mobile. I've kind of put my credentials in and installed it. I wonder if we've got any information here that's particularly interesting to look at. share photos via your social networks directly from my phone. The point of it really is that you can back up all your photos and things like that and contacts and stuff to Microsoft's cloud and then sync them back down if you lose your device or wipe your device or whatever. Maybe that's not a good idea, setting up in the background. Do that later. Okay, we've got Windows Live. There you go, which is Messenger, kind of that we've been used to for a while really. What I'm trying to do is tap that arrow. But okay, I was just going to show you the sync, and you can sync your Hotmail via that app as well. Generally speaking, although Windows Mobile on the whole isn't very optimised towards doing stuff with a finger and not a stylus, and the HD2 is excellent in that regard. I very rarely find, even in kind of legacy applications, the few that I've used on here, the few I've used on here, I don't really find that being a problem. The checkbox is all clickable and sliders are usable and things like that, which is good news. Office Mobile, Excel, OneNote, PowerPoint and Word, we're all familiar with. Getting started link there, I probably won't bore you with that one. In Outlook here we have the standard contacts, calendar, notes view, so if you wanted to view your calendar in kind of the traditional view, there you go, rather than HTC's own fancy Sense UI version, there it is, which is interesting because on Android a lot of people don't like that HTC Sense version of the calendar, but the standard Android one has gone, so that's a bonus really. And you've got your notes out there as well, which is cool, but they don't sync anywhere, so that's a little bit annoying. Messaging actually, Messenger in there, and your button for setting up other mail accounts. Excuse me. Tools, so we have calculator, there you go, which is kind of what you expect from a calculator really. No scientific mode, is pretty basic. A little bit annoying that it goes right back to the home screen every time that I cancel out something. Active Sync for setting up your Google connections, your Active Sync connections and things. I am going to run that because it's a good demo of a UI that hasn't been kind of breathed on by HTC. So if we're going to schedule, one of the things I like to do is set my mail so it arrives during the day but not overnight. So what I can do, you see the checkboxes are big enough on this big screen to kind of be able to get at them okay, although we haven't got a stylus. So there you go, and that's, it's pretty usable. You note in here actually, not there, in schedule rather, that I set off-peak times manually and peak times as items arrive. Remember that for a moment. If I now go in to, so we've got Com Manager, you can see that you can turn all your various bits and pieces on and off. You can view the more traditional views in there as well. Wi-Fi router we'll come to in a moment, that's quite a nice little application. Tools. Internet sharing, standard internet sharing really, share via USB or Bluetooth. The Wi-Fi router application lets you share via Wi-Fi. We'll come to that in a moment. Too far. Quick GPS, which is for downloading ephemeris data to speed up your GPS fix. Search phone, searches the phone. Voice recorder, records voice. I could probably go through all the applications saying that, couldn't I really? Ooh, don't do that, that's not what I was trying to do. WorldCard Mobile is a business card scanner. RSS Hub is RSS Reader. Jet Set Print, there you go, for network printing. It's quite nice to get the full version of that. Remote Desktop Mobile, pretty self-explanatory. It's just fire on the RSS application so you can see what it looks like. choose from a list of known channels. There you go. So there's sites on there. So BBC News front page. There we go. Pretty simple RSS reader really. Not particularly optimised for the HD2, but perfectly usable. JBlend is the Java application for running Java applets. Adobe Reader is a PDF reader, format your SD card from here, and Digital Compass. Yeah, I haven't calibrated that yet. That's not going to play, I suspect. But this is one of the first Windows mobile devices to have a digital compass, so I'll be interested to see what augmented reality type applications we might see on this in the future. Calls. In calls you have Sim Manager, which is like just shows you. Oh, I'm giving away my numbers again. Lets you manage your sim stuff. File Explorer, self-explanatory search widget. Connect to the internet, yes. There you go, it's a live search widget. Strangely not rebranded as Bing. Unlike the Bing application we have here, which is used to be Windows Live Local, I think, or something. Windows Live Maps or something like that. So yeah, it's like Google Maps type application. So let's just go into the map view. Oh yeah, I was interested to see if there was any multi-touch in here, and there's not. I'll show you in a moment that that's different in Google Maps. Facebook is the standard Facebook application that we've all seen before because it's downloadable for other devices. Google Maps. There we go. So this you can use multi-touch zoom, and it's great. Works very well, as you can see. Pretty cool. You've got all the kind of usual Google Maps stuff in there, satellite view, all that kind of stuff. It draws nice and quickly. What else do we have here? We have Copilot, so that's a trial version, I guess. Copilot Live version 8. See what we get. Emily or Henry. I should then go download the voices, because it's going to give us a choice to get a free test map or something, but let's find out, shall we? So, won't leave this running too long, we'll see what it does. Okay, so we can activate an existing license or do a free trial. Try Copilot Live free for 15 days. Alright, I can't put to go through and put my email address and things in. So yeah, there's a free 15-day Copilot trial on there, or if you're an existing Copilot user, that'll be handy. Nice easy activation. Before we come to Opera, I'll just show you Peep. This is the Twitter client, so you can view your tweets and your replies and favourites and all that kind of stuff, and post tweets using the box at the top. This again is the same as we saw earlier, linked from the home screen. And finally we have the Opera browser. So there we go. Let's load up a favourite site, BBC News. I'm not going to demonstrate the rotation here, but the rotation I will show it in a minute actually when I pick the device up, but for now we'll leave that down there. Again, multi-touch zoom, very good. One of the things I like about Opera on Windows Mobile is the text reflowing. I mean, that works great with the multi-touch zoom too. So I want to read about Toyota and Pro Kobayashi here, and you see that the text is reflowed, and it just works brilliant. It's fast, responsive, nice. It's a good browser, very good. Just have a look in the settings there. Let's see if there's anything there about Opera Turbo, because I'm not sure on the exact version of the browser. There's not. Okay. So that's pretty much everything on the start menu, I think. What I will show you is the settings. What you can do, you can hit this menu button here and go into all settings and access kind of the traditional Windows Mobile 6.5 view for various bits and pieces. Slightly annoying is that when you go into personal, there's no option for setting owner name. So if you've got existing applications that use the owner name, you have to do a few tweaks to get that option back, which seems very silly indeed. In personalise, we can set the home tab wallpaper, lock screen wallpaper, rearrange and remove tabs, adjust the font, like so. There we go. It's just HTC look and feel on a lot of the standard control applets. Turn on and off pseudo haptic feedback, which is actually very nice in the text input. Wireless controls we've seen already. That's the comm manager. I've missed out Wi-Fi router somehow. I'll go back to that in a moment. Sound display. Here you go. You can set your volumes, your profiles, ringtone, pocket mode. Increase ring volume while in pocket or bag. Not entirely sure how that works. It must be related to proximity sensor or something. Backlight settings. Calibrate your G sensor in there. Data services. There you go. You can set up your Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube in there, and basically all the things that are going to be consuming data. Internet time sync. Done. Lovely. Oh, missed. Location. Turn on the location service. Security. Enable SD encryption, marriage certificates, set up phone lock, and do your factory reset from within there. Add and remove your installed applications from there. View available storage. There you go. Date and time, time zones, things like that. Yeah, you set your time. Locale and text, this lets you set your region and things. So UK 24-hour format, I've got it set to here. Set various options on the text input, spell correction, word completion, that kind of thing. Symbol lock, typing sound, which you probably want off really. Updates and feedback. They're kind of reskins of the standard Microsoft options. A few miscellaneous settings here. Car kit mode, task manager takes you into standard task manager. Microsoft My Phone. There you go, runs My Phone. Not sure why you need to do that. USB to PC lets you set whether you're doing internet sharing USB or ActiveSync. To show you task manager, it's very much the standard one. Car kit mode. Auto launch Navi panel in car kit mode, which is quite interesting. I'd be interested to get hold of a car kit and have a look at that. And then finally, just about phone, you can view information on the hardware. 1 GHz processor, 448 meg RAM, 512 meg ROM, WVGA display, Bluetooth, etc. etc. View the battery status, 65%. If you want to. Oh, that wasn't what I wanted. No, go away. Software information, that's what I was going to click. If you want to see the ROM version of things. This is the final ROM, so I'm told. Now, there was something I was going to highlight. Now, where was it? I think it was in Data Services, ActiveSync. Yeah, you'll notice earlier we set peak time as items arrive, and non-off-peak as manually. And it's kind of changed that setting, and the manual option doesn't even appear on that list there, so that's a slight issue there in the HTC software, which is a little bit bizarre. Okay, I somehow missed out Wi-Fi router. Let me see where that is here. There we go, I kind of went all around that one. What it does is shares your phone's internet connection via Wi-Fi. There you go, you can set it up give it a key, and then your phone becomes an access point for you to connect with your laptop or whatever, which is pretty cool. Now, things I was going to demonstrate when I actually got around to picking up the device. Opera, let's just show the rotation there. If we go back to the other window, BBC Sport. Okay, so because the angle I'm holding it, it's pretty good, pretty fast. No complaints there. What else do we have? Oh. Tita, I'm sure we've all seen, but I'll load that up anyway. Games, where are you? Games. Tita. Yeah, so it's a roll the ball kind of deal. Camera. Let's just show the camera. Fine to take a picture of. If I just grab that, knocking the camera over. What I'm getting here actually as well, while I remember, is the headset, so I can show you the audio booster and the FM radio. Right, the camera first of all, if we find something to take a picture of. There we go, a Omnia 2, so we focus. There we go. As you can see, camera lag, not exactly a problem. Let's force the flash on, it's proper bright. Yeah, so the camera's pretty good performance really. Let's just plug this headset in. There we go. 3.5mm. Okay. Just because I've knocked the tripod here. Multimedia, FM radio. See if we can get a signal without uncurling the aerial. No. Okay. Oh, it's still going. Audio booster. There you go. Basically an equalizer. You can set different profiles there. Pop. Okay. Hopefully I've covered everything software-wise that you'd like to see. I'll probably do another video talking about third-party applications, how they run on the HD2. But if you've got any questions, then please drop by Modeco and I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks very much.